You worthless leech. You drained my son for 10 years. My mother-in-law screamed as she shoved me backward. I felt my body tilt, the stairs behind me. No railing to grab. I fell. My head cracked against marble. Once, twice, 3 times. Blood pooled around my face. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. Is she dead? My husband Robert's voice, cold, emotionless. Not yet. Check her pulse. That was my sister-in-law, Victoria. Footsteps came closer. Robert's expensive shoes appeared in my fading vision. She's still breathing. Finish it? His mother again. A pillow pressed against my face I couldn't fight back. My body was broken. This was how I died. Murdered by the family I loved for 10 years. But here's what they didn't know. As my heart stopped, one thought burned through my mind. They had no idea who I really was. 24 hours later, I opened my eyes again. Same bedroom, same date on the calendar. The morning before my murder. I was alive. And this time, they would learn the truth. Elena Ashford wasn't just a housewife, I was the CEO they should have feared. I sat up in bed, my heart pounding. The clock read 6:47 a.m., August 15th, my 10th wedding anniversary, the day I would be murdered at 9:13 p.m. I looked at my hands. No blood, no bruises, alive. This can't be real, I whispered, but it was. I remembered everything, every word, every push, every moment of suffocating beneath that pillow. My phone buzzed, a text from Robert. Working late tonight. Don't wait up for dinner. Liar. I knew exactly where he'd be tonight. With Victoria, my sister-in-law, his mistress for the past 2 years. I typed back, "Okay, honey. Love you." The words tasted like poison, but I needed them to think nothing had changed. I walked to my closet and pulled out the safe hidden behind my shoe rack. Inside was my real phone, the one nobody knew about. I powered it on. Immediately, 15 missed calls from my assistant Marcus, 3 voicemails from my board of directors, 27 emails marked urgent. My company, Meridian Global Holdings, had a crisis. Our largest acquisition was being challenged by the Robertson family, ironic. The Robertsons, my husband's family, the family trying to kill me. They had no idea Meridian was mine. For 10 years, I'd hidden my identity. I married Robert under my mother's maiden name, Winters. Elena Winters. Not Elena Ashford, the billionaire CEO who inherited her father's empire at 25. I did it for love. I thought Robert loved me for who I was, not what I owned. I was wrong. A knock on the bedroom door made me jump. "Elena, are you awake?" My mother-in-law's voice, sweet as honey, deadly as arsenic. I hid my real phone and opened the door. Patricia Robertson stood there in her silk robe, perfectly made up even at 7 in the morning. "Good morning, dear. I made breakfast. Come eat with me." In my previous timeline, I'd gone downstairs, eaten breakfast, listened to her complain about money for an hour. Not today. "Actually, Patricia, I'm not feeling well. I think I'll skip breakfast." Her smile tightened. "You look fine to me." "It's just a headache. I'll rest." "Rest? You rest all the time. That's the problem. You never contribute to this family." There it was. The contempt she usually hid until evening. "I contribute plenty," I said calmly. "Oh, like what? You don't work. You don't have children. You just spend Robert's money." I wanted to laugh. Robert's money. The man was drowning in debt I didn't know about. His company was failing. He'd borrowed $3 million from my accounts over the years, money I gave him freely because I loved him. "I'll come down in a bit," I said, closing the door. I heard her huff and walk away. I sat back on the bed and opened my real phone, dialed Marcus. He answered immediately. "Elena, finally, where have you been?" "Personal emergency. Fill me in." The Robertson family's new lawyer filed an injunction against our TechView acquisition. "They're claiming you used insider information." "That's ridiculous. We did due diligence for 6 months." "I know, but their lawyer is good, really good. Guy named Derek Sampson." My blood ran cold. Derek Sampson, Robert's college roommate. "Marcus, dig into Derek Sampson. I want to know every connection he has to the Robertson family." "On it. Also, Elena, the board wants an emergency meeting. Today, 4 p.m. I'll be there. I hung up and thought about the timeline. In my previous life, I'd been too distracted by anniversary preparations to notice the business attack by tomorrow. The injunction would have cost me $50 million in lost deals. By next week, my competitors would smell blood. By next month, my company would be vulnerable. That was their plan. Destroy my business. Kill me. Take everything. But they didn't know I was reborn. They didn't know I remembered. And they definitely didn't know I was about to fight back. I had 24 hours to change everything. 24 hours to save my life. 24 hours to destroy the people who murdered me. But first, I needed evidence. I got dressed in casual clothes and left the house at 8 a.m. Patricia was in the living room watching her morning talk show. "Where are you going?" she called out. "Pharmacy. For my headache. Get some milk while you're out, and bread. We're running low." I didn't respond, just walked out. I drove to an electronics store 30 minutes away. Bought 6 hidden cameras, top of the line, motion activated, cloud storage. Then I went to my office. Meridian Global Holdings occupied 3 floors in downtown Manhattan. My private elevator took me straight to the top. Marcus met me at the elevator doors. "You look terrible," he said bluntly. Marcus Chin had been my COO for 8 years. He was the only person besides my lawyer who knew about my marriage to Robert. "I feel terrible," I admitted. "Family drama. The Robertsons again? You have no idea." We walked into my corner office. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooked the city, my sanctuary. "Show me everything about Derek Sampson and the injunction." Marcus pulled up files on the screen. Derek Sampson, 42, Harvard Law, specialized in corporate litigation. And there, in his client list, Robertson Real Estate Holdings. "He's been their lawyer for 6 months," Marcus noted. "Started right after they lost that zoning appeal in Connecticut." "Who hired him?" "According to public records, Patricia Robertson." "My mother-in-law." "What about Robert? Is he connected to Derek outside of the family business?" Marcus clicked through more files. They were roommates at Columbia, graduated together, lost touch for years, then reconnected last year. "When exactly last year?" "November. There's a photo of them at some charity gala." "November. 2 months before Robert started acting distant. 3 months before he started sleeping with Victoria." "Marcus, I need you to investigate my husband." He looked up, surprised. "Robert, why?" "Just do it. I want to know everywhere he's been, everyone he's talked to, every dollar he's spent for the past year." "Elena, please trust me." He nodded slowly. "Okay, but this will take a few days." "I don't have a few days. I need it by tonight." "Tonight? That's impossible." "Marcus, remember when I told you that if I ever asked you to do something impossible, it meant my life depended on it?" His face went pale. "Yes. This is that moment." He stared at me for a long second, then nodded. "I'll make it happen." By noon, I had what I needed: bank statements, phone records, travel logs. The evidence was damning, but I needed more. I needed them to confess. The board meeting at 4 was tense. 10 executives sat around the mahogany table, all looking at me for answers. "This injunction is frivolous," I said calmly. "Derek Sampson knows it. The Robertson family knows it. They're stalling." "Stalling for what?" asked Jennifer, my CFO. "Time. They're hoping we'll pull out of the TechView deal to avoid legal costs." "Maybe we should," said Harold, my oldest board member. $50 million is a lot to lose over legal uncertainty. "We're not pulling out." "Elena, be reasonable." "I am being reasonable. We spent 6 months on due diligence. We followed every regulation. This injunction won't hold up in court." "But the bad press alone will blow over in a week? What won't blow over is showing weakness. If we back down now, every competitor will try the same tactic." Silence around the table. "Fight it," I said firmly, aggressively. "I want our legal team to file a countersuit for harassment and abusive process." Jennifer raised her eyebrows. "That's nuclear, Elena." "Good, I want them to know we don't back down." The board voted, 8-2 in my favor. As the meeting ended, Marcus pulled me aside. "I have what you asked for." We went to my office. He closed the door and handed me a tablet. Robert's been lying about everything. His company isn't just struggling, it's bankrupt. He filed Chapter 11 last month. What? He hid it from you used shell companies to shuffle debt around, but it's all falling apart. I scrolled through the documents. Millions in debt? Creditors circling assets being seized? There's more, Marcus continued. 3 weeks ago, Robert transferred the deed of your house into his name only. My house. The one I'd purchased before we married. The one that was supposed to stay in my name. How did he do that? Forged documents. I have the originals here. He signed your name on a quitclaim deed. Fraud. My own husband committed fraud. And Victoria? I asked quietly. They've been together for 2 years. Regular hotel visits. Expensive gifts charged to cards under his company name. Which is bankrupt. I closed my eyes. 2 years of lies. There's one more thing, Marcus said hesitantly. Last month, Robert increased your life insurance policy. My heart stopped. To how much? $5 million. Without your signature, he forged that too. 5 million reasons to kill me. Elena, what's going on? This is serious. I looked at Marcus. My friend. My COO. The one person I could trust. They're planning to kill me tonight, I said quietly. My mother-in-law, my husband, and my sister-in-law at 9:13 p.m., they're going to push me down the stairs and make it look like an accident. Marcus stared at me. How do you know this? Because they already did it yesterday, and somehow I came back. He sat down heavily. That's impossible. I know, but it's true. I remember everything. The fall, the blood, the pillow over my face. Elena, I know how this sounds, but please, just trust me. I need to stop them, and I need evidence. Marcus was quiet for a long moment. Then he nodded. What do you need me to do? I had a plan. It was risky. It was crazy. But if I was right about the timeline, I had exactly 4 hours until they struck 4 hours to set the trap. I left the office at 6 p.m., stopped at a hardware store and bought a set of wireless cameras, small ones. Easy to hide. I got home at 7. The house was quiet. Robert, I called out. No answer. He was still at work, really at the hotel with Victoria. Patricia appeared from the kitchen. Oh, good, you're home. We need to talk. About what? Your marriage. Here it comes, I thought. The beginning of the end? We sat in the living room. She poured herself wine, didn't offer me any. Robert's unhappy, she said bluntly. Is he? Very. He's been thinking about divorce. Really? And when did he tell you this? He tells me everything. I'm his mother. What about me? I'm his wife. She waved her hand dismissively. A wife can be replaced. A mother is forever. I wanted to throw my wine in her face. Instead, I smiled. If Robert wants a divorce, he should tell me himself. He's afraid of hurting you. How considerate. Elena, don't make this difficult. You and Robert are wrong for each other. You don't work. You don't contribute. You're just here. I'm here because Robert asked me to be. Robert made a mistake. We all see it now. We? Who's we? The family. Me. Victoria. Even Robert's father before he passed. Lies. Robert's father had liked me. He died 5 years ago, before Patricia's poison really took hold. I think you should leave, Patricia continued. Tonight. Make it easy on everyone. And if I don't, her eyes went cold, then you'll regret it. There it was, the threat I remembered from my previous timeline. I stood up. I'm going upstairs. We're not done talking. Yes, we are. I walked up the stairs. Same stairs where I would die in 2 hours. I felt my hands shaking. In my bedroom, I locked the door and pulled out the cameras, installed them in every corner, living room, kitchen, hallway, master bedroom, all connected to cloud storage, all recording. Then I did something I hadn't done in my previous timeline. I called my lawyer. Elena, David picked up on the first ring. This is unusual. You never call me at night. David, I need you to do something for me tonight. What's wrong? I think my husband is going to try to hurt me. Silence. Then, what? I can't explain right now, but I need you to have police on standby near my address. Elena, if you're in danger, call 911 right now. I need evidence first. Just please, have them ready. If I call you at 9 p.m., send them immediately. This is insane. David, please. You've been my lawyer for 12 years. Trust me. He exhaled slowly. Okay, I'll make some calls. Thank you. I hung up and checked the time, 8:35 p.m., 38 minutes until they tried to kill me. I went downstairs. Patricia was still in the living room, now with Victoria beside her. Victoria looked at me with barely concealed contempt. Elena, we were just talking about you. I'm sure you were. Mother told me about the divorce. I think it's for the best. My sister-in-law, 28 years old, aspiring actress, living off family money while sleeping with my husband. Does your brother know you're sleeping with Robert? I asked casually. Victoria's face went white. What? Oh, please, I've known for months. Patricia stood up. How dare you accuse? I have photos, videos, hotel receipts. Should I show them? Victoria's hands shook. You're lying. Am I? The front door opened. Robert walked in, looking exhausted. What's going on? He asked, seeing the three of us. Your wife is making accusations, Patricia said coldly. Robert looked at me. What accusations? That you're sleeping with Victoria. His face went blank. Perfect poker face. He'd practiced this denial. That's ridiculous. Is it? Then you won't mind if I hire a private investigator. You can't afford a private investigator. You don't have any money. There it was. The contempt. The truth. Oh, Robert, I said softly. You have no idea what I can afford. He stepped closer. What's that supposed to mean? It means I'm not the broke housewife you think I am. Patricia laughed. Please, you don't even have a job. I have a job. I just never told you about it. What job? Victoria scoffed. I'm the CEO of Meridian Global Holdings. The room went silent. Then Robert laughed. A harsh, ugly sound. You? A CEO? That's the dumbest lie I've ever heard. It's not a lie. I inherited the company from my father 12 years ago. I've been running it ever since. Your father was a janitor, Patricia said dismissively. My father was Alexander Ashford, founder of Meridian Global. He died when I was 25 and left me everything. Robert's face changed. You're insane. Am I? Check Forbes. Elena Ashford, number 43 on the billionaire list. Elena Ashford is 40 years old, Victoria said. You're 35. Forbes got my age wrong. I didn't correct them because I value my privacy. This is ridiculous, Patricia said. Show us proof. I pulled out my phone, my real phone, pulled up my company ID, Elena Ashford, CEO, Meridian Global Holdings. I watched their faces, shock, disbelief, dawning horror. You've been lying this whole time, Robert whispered. Yes, just like you've been lying about loving me. He grabbed my arm hard. You bitch. You tricked me. I didn't trick you. I married you as Elena Winters, my mother's name. I wanted to know if you loved me for who I was, not what I owned. And you failed spectacularly. Robert's grip tightened. His eyes filled with rage. This was the moment everything changed. But this time I was ready. Let go of me, I said calmly. You owe me, Robert hissed. I wasted 10 years on you. You wasted 10 years cheating on me. He shoved me backward. I stumbled toward the stairs, exactly like my previous timeline. Careful, Robert, I said quietly. I'm recording everything. He froze. What? I pointed at the camera hidden in the ceiling light. Smile. You're on camera. Patricia's face went pale. Turn that off. No. Victoria moved toward the camera. I pulled out my phone. Touch it, and I called the police. I already have enough evidence to put all three of you in prison. For what? Robert demanded. Fraud. You forged my signature on the house deed. You forged my signature on the life insurance policy. You embezzled $3 million from my accounts over 10 years. You can't prove that. I can. My lawyers have everything. Bank statements, forged documents, hotel receipts with Victoria, text messages planning tonight. Robert went very still. Planning tonight? You were going to kill me at 9:13 p.m. Push me down the stairs, make it look like an accident, collect $5 million in life insurance. That's insane, Patricia said, but her voice shook. Is it? You already tried once. Yesterday. You pushed me down these exact stairs. I died at 9:37 p.m. But somehow I came back. I came back to stop you. You're crazy, Victoria whispered. Maybe, or maybe I'm telling the truth. Either way, the cameras are recording. The police are on standby. And if any of you touch me, my lawyer sends everything to the district attorney. Robert's hand went to his pocket. I saw the shape of his phone. Don't, I warned. Marcus already locked you out of my accounts. You have zero access now. You can't do that. I can, and I did. As of 4 p.m. today, you're completely broke. His face turned red with rage. Everything I have is because of you? No. Everything you had is because you stole it from me. He lunged at me. I sidestepped. He missed the first step and grabbed the railing. Patricia screamed. Robert! He caught himself, breathing hard. I looked at all three of them. My family. My murderers. Here's what's going to happen, I said calmly. Tomorrow morning, I'm filing for divorce. I'm also pressing charges for fraud, forgery, and attempted murder. Attempted murder? Victoria gasped. We didn't even touch you? Not yet, but you were planning to. I have the proof. Robert straightened up. What proof? You said you died yesterday. That's impossible. You're making this up. Am I? I walked to the kitchen. They followed. I pulled out my laptop and opened a file. Security footage. From my previous timeline. Time-stamped 9:13 p.m. The video showed everything. Patricia pushing me. My fall. Robert and Victoria standing over my body. How did you get this? Robert whispered. I told you. I came back. The video continued. Showed Robert putting the pillow over my face. Showed me dying. Patricia sat down heavily. This isn't real. It's very real. This is what you did to me. What you were planning to do tonight. But this footage is dated tomorrow, Victoria said, confused. Exactly. Because it already happened. I already died. And now I'm back to make sure you pay. Robert looked at the timestamp. Looked at me. His face changed. You're telling the truth, he whispered. Yes. How? I don't know. I woke up this morning and everything was reset. But I remembered everything. Patricia stood up. If this is true, if you really came back, then we can't fight this. No, you can't. Victoria started crying. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, we were desperate. Desperate for what? Money? You have plenty. No, Robert said quietly. We don't. The family business is bankrupt. The house is mortgaged. We owe millions. And you thought killing me would solve that? The life insurance would have helped. Helped what? You'd still be in debt. You'd still be failures. Patricia slapped me. Hard, my face stung. The cameras caught everything. Don't you dare call us failures, she hissed. We're Robertsons. We built this city. Your husband built this city. You're just spending his money. She raised her hand again. I caught her wrist. Hit me again, and I call the police right now. She jerked away. Robert was on his phone, frantically texting someone. Who are you texting? I asked Derek, our lawyer. Derek Sampson, the one who filed the injunction against my company? Robert froze. How did you? I know everything, Robert. I know Derek is your college friend. I know he's trying to sabotage my business while you kill me. It's coordinated. You destroy my company, kill me, inherit my shares through the life insurance, and take over Meridian. It's exactly what you planned. But here's the problem. The life insurance policy is void because you forged my signature. The company's shares can't be inherited because they're in a trust. And Derek's injunction just got countersued for harassment. Robert's phone rang. He answered. Derek. Yeah. No. Everything's falling apart. She knows. She knows everything. He listened. His face went white. What do you mean the injunction was dismissed? How? More listening. Then he hung up. Derek says the judge threw out the case, called it frivolous. He's being investigated for filing false claims. Good. My lawyers worked fast. So it's over, I said. Your plan failed. My company is safe. I'm alive. And you're all going to prison. Patricia lunged at me. Actually lunged like a wild animal. I stepped aside. She crashed into the kitchen table. Victoria screamed, "Mother!" Patricia got up, her face twisted with rage. "You think you've won? You haven't won. I'll destroy you. I'll tell everyone what you are. A liar, a manipulator. Tell whoever you want, I don't care. I'll ruin your reputation. I'm a billionaire CEO. My reputation is built on success, not family gossip." She grabbed a knife from the kitchen block. Everything slowed down. This wasn't in my previous timeline. This was new. "Mother, don't!" Victoria shouted. Patricia advanced with the knife. "If I can't have your money, no one will." I pulled out my phone, dialed David. "Send the police? Now." Patricia swung the knife. I dodged. It caught my sleeve, ripping fabric. Robert grabbed his mother. Stop it, you're making it worse." She struggled against him. The knife clattered to the floor sirens. Already? David must have had them close. The front door burst open. 6 police officers, guns drawn. "Everyone on the ground, now!" Patricia froze. Victoria started crying. Robert dropped to his knees. I stood calmly, held up my hands. "Officers, I'm Elena Ashford. I'm the one who called." A female officer approached. "Ma'am, are you hurt?" "Minor cut on my arm, but I'm fine." "Who has the knife?" I pointed at Patricia. "She does. She tried to stab me." 2 officers immediately cuffed Patricia. She screamed and fought. "This is my house. You can't arrest me." "Actually," I said quietly, "it's my house. I own the deed. Robert forged documents to steal it, but I have the originals." The lead officer looked at me. "We're going to need statements from everyone." "Of course. I have video evidence too. Multiple cameras. Everything's recorded." "We'll need those recordings." "I'll send them to the district attorney tonight." They arrested all 3 Patricia for assault with a deadly weapon. Robert for fraud and attempted murder conspiracy. Victoria for accessory to fraud. As they were led away, Robert looked back at me. "I really loved you once," he said quietly. "No, you didn't. You loved my money. You just didn't know I had any." He laughed bitter and broken. "I'm such an idiot." "Yes, you are." The police cars drove away. The house was empty, silent. I sat on the floor and finally let myself cry. Not for them, for the 10 years I wasted, for the life I could have had. But I was alive. That was what mattered. I was alive. The trial was fast with video evidence, forged documents, and their own confessions. The prosecution had an airtight case. Patricia Robertson, 15 years for attempted murder, assault, and fraud conspiracy. Robert Robertson, 12 years for fraud, forgery, and conspiracy. Victoria Robertson, 7 years for accessory to fraud. Derek Sampson lost his law license and faced separate charges for filing false claims. The Robertson family business collapsed completely. Assets seized, debts called in, the mighty Robertson name reduced to nothing. I sat in my office at Meridian Global, watching the news coverage. Billionaire CEO reveals double life after husband's murder plot. Elena Ashford survives family conspiracy. How she came back from the dead. That last one made me smile, if only they knew. Marcus walked in with coffee. "You're famous." "I'm infamous." "True, but the stock price is up 20%. Investors love a survivor story. They love drama." "Same thing." He sat down. "How are you really doing?" I thought about it. Honestly, I don't know. Part of me still can't believe it happened, any of it. The murder, the rebirth, the fact that I'm still here. "Do you think you'll ever know why you came back?" "No, and I'm okay with that. Some things don't have explanations." "Very philosophical of you." "I died and came back, Marcus. It changes your perspective." He smiled. "I bet." My phone buzzed. A text from David, my lawyer. "House deed is officially back in your name, all forged documents voided. You own everything free and clear." Good. The house was mine. The business was mine. My life was mine. "What are you going to do now?" Marcus asked. "Move forward. Build something new. Maybe start that foundation I've been thinking about. What kind of foundation? For victims of financial abuse, especially women who are manipulated by family members. Marcus nodded approvingly. That's good, really good. I have some experience in the area. Just a bit. We sat in comfortable silence for a moment. Then I asked the question that had been bothering me all week. Do you think they really planned to kill me? Or was it just talk that got out of hand? Marcus looked at me seriously. Elena, you died. You literally died and came back. Of course they planned it. But in this timeline, they didn't go through with it. Patricia went for the knife instead. Because you confronted them, you changed the variables. So, maybe they wouldn't have done it. Or maybe they would have. You'll never know. He was right. The unknowable what if. Does it matter? He continued. You survived. They're in prison. Justice was served. I suppose. Elena, stop second-guessing yourself. You did what you had to do. You protected yourself. You protected your company. You did the right thing. I nodded. He was right. My phone rang unknown number. I answered cautiously. Hello? Elena Ashford? A woman's voice, young, nervous. Yes, who is this? My name is Sophie Winters. I'm your half-sister. I froze. I don't have a sister. Our mother had me after she left your father. She died 2 years ago. I've been trying to find you. My mother, Catherine Winters. She'd left when I was 5. I barely remembered her. How did you get this number? I hired a private investigator. I saw the news about your case. I knew I had to reach out. What do you want? Nothing. I just wanted to meet you. I'm your family. Family. That word again. I'm not sure I want more family, I said honestly. I understand, but please, just coffee. 1 hour. If you hate me, you never have to see me again. I looked at Marcus. He shrugged. Your call. Okay, I said finally. Coffee, tomorrow. But I'm bringing a lawyer. Sophie laughed. Fair enough. We set a time and place. I hung up. A sister? Marcus asked, apparently. You going to meet her? I think so. Maybe. After everything you've been through, you're still willing to give people a chance? I smiled. I died and came back for a reason, Marcus. I'm not going to waste it being bitter. That's surprisingly optimistic for someone whose husband tried to murder them. I contain multitudes. The next day, I met Sophie at a quiet cafe in Brooklyn. She looked exactly like our mother. Same blonde hair, same green eyes, same nervous smile. We had a lot to talk about. Sophie and I met at a small cafe in Brooklyn. David, my lawyer, sat at a nearby table, protective but giving us space. You look like Mom, Sophie said immediately. You do too. She smiled nervously. I was afraid you'd hate me. Why would I hate you? Because Mom left you, chose me over you. I shook my head. She didn't choose you over me. She left my dad. That's different. Still, I always felt guilty, growing up knowing I had a sister somewhere. How old are you? 28. You? 35. 7 years apart. I was born 2 years after she left. We ordered coffee. The silence was awkward but not hostile. What did she tell you about me? I asked. That you lived with your father, that he was a good man but very focused on business, that she hoped you'd be happy. I was. My father was amazing. He taught me everything about running a company. I heard, Meridian Global. That's incredible. What about you? What do you do? I'm a social worker. I help families navigate the foster care system. Ironic. She helped families while I'd been destroyed by mine. That must be rewarding. It is. But it's also hard. I see a lot of broken families, a lot of kids who slip through the cracks. Is that why you wanted to find me? Professional interest? She laughed. No, I wanted to find you because you're my sister, my only family. What about your father? He died when I was 15. Cancer. It was just Mom and me after that. I'm sorry. Thanks. She talked about you sometimes. Wondered if you were happy, if you'd forgive her. I never blamed her for leaving. She and my dad weren't compatible. She blamed herself, though, for everything. We drank our coffee in silence. Then Sophie asked, "Is it true? What the news said? About your husband trying to kill you?" "Yes." "That's horrible. I'm so sorry." "It's over now. They're in prison." "Still, that must have been traumatic." "You have no idea." She reached across the table and took my hand. "I know we just met, but if you ever need to talk, I'm here." I looked at her. This stranger who shared my blood. This sister I never knew I had. "Thank you," I said softly. We talked for 2 hours, about our childhood, about our mother, about our lives. When we finally left, Sophie hugged me. "Can we do this again?" she asked. "Yes, I'd like that." "Really? Really? I lost one family. Maybe it's time to build another." She smiled bright and genuine. "I'd love that." 6 months passed. The trial was over. The divorce was finalized. The Robertson family faded from headlines. My life moved on. I started the foundation, the Ashford Foundation for Financial Independence, helped women escape abusive financial relationships, provided legal support, financial education, emergency funds. Sophie became the program director. Turned out we worked well together. Marcus remained my COO. Meridian Global grew stronger than ever. I sold the Robertson house. Too many bad memories. Bought a penthouse in Manhattan instead. Clean slate. One evening I was working late when Marcus knocked on my office door. "There's someone here to see you." "Who?" "Victoria Robertson." My former sister-in-law. I hadn't seen her since the trial. "Should I send her away?" I thought about it. No. Let her in. Victoria walked in looking nothing like the glamorous woman I remembered. She'd lost weight. Her hair was shorter. No makeup. Prison had changed her. "Thank you for seeing me," she said quietly. "What do you want?" "To apologize for everything. I was awful to you." "Yes, you were. I was jealous. Of you. Of what you had with Robert. What I had with Robert was a lie. I know that now." She sat down without being invited. "I testified against them, Mother and Robert, told the prosecutors everything. That's how I got out early." "Good for you." "I'm not asking for forgiveness. I don't deserve it." "No, you don't. But I wanted you to know I'm sorry and I'm getting help, therapy, for the manipulation, for everything." I studied her. She seemed genuine. "What are you going to do now?" I asked. "I don't know. I can't act anymore. No one will hire me. My family's reputation is destroyed. So start over, new name, new career." "It's not that simple." "It is. I did it. I rebuilt my life from nothing. You had money. Money doesn't fix betrayal. Money doesn't heal trauma. You have to do the work." She nodded. "You're right. I am." She stood to leave, then paused. "For what it's worth, I think Robert really did love you in his own broken way. That doesn't make what he did okay. No, but maybe it makes it understandable. I don't want to understand it. I want to move past it." "Have you?" "Good question. I'm working on it," I admitted. Victoria smiled sadly. "Me too." After she left, I sat alone in my office. Had I moved past it? The betrayal? The murder? The rebirth? I didn't know, but I was trying. That night, I had the dream again. The same dream I'd had every night for 6 months. I was falling down the stairs. Over and over, dying. Coming back. Dying again. When would it end? 1 year after my rebirth, I stood on stage at a charity gala. The Ashford Foundation had helped 200 women escape financial abuse, provided $3 million in emergency funds, changed lives. "Thank you all for coming," I said to the crowd. A year ago, I was in a very dark place. I was trapped in a marriage built on lies, surrounded by family who wanted me dead. The audience was silent. They'd heard the story, but hearing it from me was different. I won't lie, it was traumatic. It changed me. But it also taught me something important. You can survive anything. If I can survive being murdered and come back from the dead, you can survive your circumstances too. Applause, warm and genuine. The Ashford Foundation exists because I needed it once, and because too many women still need it now. Financial abuse is silent, it's hidden, it's normalized, but it destroys lives. More applause. So tonight we celebrate. We celebrate the women who escaped, the women who rebuilt, the women who survived, and we commit to helping more. Because no one should die for their money. Standing ovation. After the speech, I mingled with donors, smiled, thanked them, played the gracious CEO. Then I saw him, Robert, standing in the back of the room, in a suit, free. My heart stopped. How was he here? He was supposed to be in prison for 7 more years. I walked over. Fury building. What are you doing here? He raised his hands. I'm not here to cause trouble. I got early release. Good behavior. Get out. Elena, please. Just hear me out. No. You tried to kill me. I know. And I'll regret it for the rest of my life. But I need to tell you something. I don't want to hear it. I never stopped loving you. I laughed harsh and bitter. You have a funny way of showing love. I was desperate, drowning in debt. My mother manipulated me. Victoria manipulated me. But underneath all of that, I loved you. Love doesn't try to murder people. I know, but I need you to understand. I was weak. I was stupid, but I wasn't evil. Weren't you? He looked down. Maybe I was. Maybe I still am, but I wanted to apologize. Face to face. Not through lawyers, not through letters. I wanted you to see me and know I'm sorry. I looked at him. Really looked at him. He'd aged. Gray hair at the temples. Lines around his eyes. Prison had changed him too. I don't forgive you, I said quietly. I don't expect you to. And I don't want you in my life. I understand. But I hope you find peace. I hope you rebuild. Because that's what we all deserve. Even people who make terrible mistakes. He nodded, tears in his eyes. Thank you. Now leave and don't come back. He left. I watched him go, and I felt nothing, no anger, no sadness, no regret, just peace. Sophie appeared at my side. Was that him? Yes. Are you okay? I'm fine. Really? Really? She hugged me. I'm proud of you. For what? For surviving? For thriving? For becoming the person you were meant to be? I smiled. I'm proud of me too. 2 years after my rebirth, I sat in my penthouse office. Marcus brought me a package, no return address. Should I be worried? I asked. I already scanned it. It's safe. I opened it. Inside was a letter, handwritten. Dear Elena, I don't expect you to read this. I don't expect you to care. But I need to tell you the truth. You were right. About everything. The marriage was a lie. The love was conditional. I was using you. But here's what you don't know. The night I killed you, I felt nothing. No guilt. No remorse. Just relief that the plan had worked. But then something happened. As I watched you die, I saw something in your eyes. Not fear. Not hatred. Just disappointment. Like I'd let you down. And for the first time in 10 years, I felt ashamed. I realized I'd destroyed the only good thing in my life. Not your money. You. The person who loved me unconditionally. The person who believed in me. The person I didn't deserve. I spent the last year in therapy, working through my issues, understanding why I became the monster who could kill his wife. And I learned something. I wasn't born evil. I was taught to be evil. By my mother. By my family. By a system that valued money over people. But that doesn't excuse what I did. Nothing excuses what I did. I murdered you. And somehow, impossibly, you came back. I've spent 2 years trying to understand how. Was it magic? Divine intervention? A glitch in the universe? I'll never know. But I know why. You came back because you deserved another chance, a chance to live without me. Without my poison, without my lies. And I'm glad you got it. I'm glad you survived. I'm glad you're thriving. You were always too good for me. I hope someday you find someone who deserves you. Someone who loves you for who you are, not what you own. Someone better than me. Forever sorry, Robert. I put the letter down. Marcus watched me. What does it say? An apology, a confession, a goodbye. Do you believe it? I don't know, but it doesn't matter. Why not? Because whether he's sorry or not doesn't change what happened. It doesn't change that he tried to kill me. It doesn't change that I died and came back. So what do you do with it? I looked at the letter, then at the trash can, then I put it in my desk drawer. I keep it as a reminder of what? That I survived, that I'm stronger than my worst day, that I came back for a reason. Marcus smiled. What reason? To build something better, to help other people, to live the life I was meant to live. And are you? I thought about it. The foundation, the company, Sophie, my new life. Yes, I said, I am. 5 years after my rebirth, I married again. His name was Daniel, an architect, kind, honest, nothing like Robert. We met at a charity event. He designed buildings for homeless shelters. I funded them through my foundation. We fell in love slowly, carefully, with full transparency. I told him everything about Robert, about the murder, about coming back from the dead. He believed me, or at least, he chose to believe me, which was the same thing. I don't need to understand how you came back, he said. I just need to know you're here now. And I was. Sophie was my maid of honor. Marcus walked me down the aisle. The Ashford Foundation was thriving. Life was good, better than good, perfect. As I stood at the altar looking at Daniel, I thought about that night, the stairs, the fall, the death. And I realized something. I didn't come back to get revenge. I came back to get my life. And I did. The end. Did you like the story? Which city or country are you listening from? Let's meet in the comments. If you enjoyed this story, you can support the channel by sending a super thanks. Your support helps me bring you more amazing stories like this one. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to reading your comments and thoughts about Elena's journey. On your screen right now, you can see 2 more incredible stories I highly recommend. There's so much more content on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new story. See you in the next one.